major price predictions for Monday. As y'all know, Nvidia earnings are on Wednesday, okay? That is going to move the whole market that we're going to go over. Let's go over some of the bigger names, some of the Max 7s, the AMDs. Let's go over Palantirs and some other ones. We'll keep it right around 10 minutes. And then this week, I'll probably post some more videos. I was going to post videos today, but I got busy. So just this one. But smash the like button and subscribe if you're new. And good price predictions and analysts for the week. So let's go ahead and start off with AMD. AMD is going to get affected by Nvidia as well, so be mindful of that. You have your support and resistance levels are pretty much the same. Anything bigger on AMD, you want AMD to kind of break out of one of these levels. So if we break resistance, looking for upside. If we break support, looking for downside. That's really the only thing I'm looking at for AMD. I have long-term shares. Maybe I'll take a little more profit off long-term shares, but anything as a bigger play this week, we have to break one of these areas, right? So resistance is 256.45 and support is 239.65. And that'll kind of let us know what that big play on AMD is going to be. And then Nvidia has earnings on Wednesday. So I would say anything with Nvidia, I would just wait for earnings. Okay, so I wouldn't do anything bigger on Nvidia. So what we could do is just take all the levels off. I'm gonna just wait for earnings 50-50 if I'll play it or not. I'm really just curious of what they're gonna do, go up, down, and depending on what they do from the earnings might give us that next big play, whether it's gonna continue, say it opens up higher and then it continues, or maybe it opens up higher and then it has a big down day, something like this. We could play some heavy puts in there to make a lot of profit, or if it gaps down and it starts to reverse, or if it continues a down movement, I think that would be like what the bigger play on Nvidia would be after their earnings, okay? So that's what I'll be looking out for, bigger on Nvidia. I do have long-term shares, haven't sold any, holding those through. Let's go to SMCI. SMCI bounced off that beautiful support around 33.70. I think SMCI is a decent area for maybe some shares or some calls on Monday to see if we get some push out of here. Because say I buy around a support, which is ideal, right? Say I buy around 36.40. If it breaks support, I would only lose about 7%. R would look to get over $40, which is around 10%. So it's almost a 1-to-1 risk to reward. It's not that bad to see if we get a little push out of here off that support. And you see the support almost hit perfect. This is why you never miss a video. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, comment those stocks down below. Like I said, this week I'll probably post a lot of videos for like a lot of different sectors, but that's the push. So we're going to see. I might look for some see if SMCI can get some strength out of that, but be mindful the Nvidia earnings is also going to affect SMCI. So we will see, but as long as we stay above the support, I'll be looking to play it. At least if we can get above like the 40 range, I think that would be a successful play for me, in my opinion, on SMCI. Then also TSM pretty stalled. We have the same levels on TSM, nothing really bigger on TSM that I would do in this range. Also like AVGO, these are two big long terms that I love the whole long term. They compound very good. So I have those. Looking to buy some more. They're just not down enough, but they also been slow at these high ranges. No real bigger movement since about like September. So over 2 months, no real big movement like Broadcom and TSM. So same levels, nothing big on those right now. If we go to ANET, the stock I wanted to add, haven't updated this one in a while. We'll go over ANET. So support on ANET, let's go all the way down here. About 120 will be your support, and then resistance area is about 134.85. So maybe if ANET comes to break that resistance, I'll be looking for some shorter term like reversal play of like calls. Other than that, there's not much to do in this range, right? We might just continue dropping. Then if it drops enough, maybe 30% from the highs, I'll probably even start buying some longer term shares on ANET. So we want to watch out for that. Even like Cloudflare, kind of nothing to do in this range right here. Same support, same resistance. Nothing to do. Only thing I'm really looking out for is potential long-term shares, but that won't happen until we get to like the 180s and 170s. Okay, so I'm looking at Cloudflare as well. SoFi still pretty solid. SoFi has not moved since September, over 2 months. Kind of slow in here, so nothing bigger. Same levels on SoFi right now as well. And then if we go to Palantir bounced off this support. Same levels on Palantir. Again, kind of slow. We had a little drop here, but we recovered. We tried to go up here, but we came back down. So overall, we kind of been bouncing around this like 180 ever since about August. See how it's kind of just like slow in here. So we'll see what that next bigger movement on Palantir is going to be. I think that would be the bigger play, either back to all-time highs, or if it actually starts crashing more, we'll kind of see. But we have to be a little patient on Palantir to get that next bigger play out of Palantir. And then Tesla has some bigger drops, bounced off that support perfect. Smaller resistance around 413.70. Support is around 384.05. Nothing bigger I would do right here on Tesla. Pretty much just like shorter term plays. I'll be looking to scalp it. but we already scalped it here on Thursday. We did like Tesla puts. If you can see right there, that's the only play we did that day, and we got 16%, right? It only took about 15-20 minutes for that play to come in. We literally trade every morning, only about 20 minutes in the morning, and then you got the whole day to go do something else because I trade for freedom. And then you can see the plays we do every morning the market is open. So if you really want to learn how the markets work, take it seriously, start building that consistency. Make sure you guys join the team first in the description. You have elite, yearly, and lifetime. So this is monthly, yearly, and lifetime. Lifetime comes with personal training where I teach you the strategy, teach you how to find supports, resistance levels, understand the market, much more. And then if you want the monthly or yearly, you just join. You see the swing trade, scalping, and live every morning the market is open for me to trade, and you get to see that. So usually I let you guys know where I'm entering, where I'm exiting, what play I'm doing for before I do it. Very beneficial. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for Tesla. Kind of in a weird range right now. I would just kind of give it some time. Let's go over the Max 7s because I'm going to be really paying attention to the bigger names this week. Apple has support around 269.20. If we start to break that, I'm going to actually look for Apple to break below like 266. So that'll be like possible puts I'm looking out for if we break that. If we break that support, and a smaller resistance right around 275.50. If we break that, then I'll probably look for Apple to go to all-time highs. So that's like what I'm kind of waiting out for on Apple. Meta's had some bigger pull downs. We did start buying some Meta long terms. It bounced off our support right around 598.25. So for now, it's pretty much chilling. We have resistance around 634. Those are our levels we're looking at for Meta. I'll be looking for some shorter term plays on Meta on Monday, puts or calls, like shorter term. Either puts or either calls. That'll be a scalp we'll look it out for Monday. So Discord, remind me of Meta. Meta will probably be one of the top plays. But longer term shares, it is getting a little decent. Microsoft kind of stalled in between the support and resistance levels right now. If we break that resistance, we might get a little push, but there's really nothing to do on the upside right now. I'd rather Microsoft go down because I think the bigger plays might be on the downside for bigger puts. So I'm kind of waiting. If we go up, that's cool. I got the long-term shares, but if we come back down and start breaking these supports, right around 494.50, you see how it bounced off of here. If we come break that, I'm actually start playing some heavier puts on Microsoft to come down to like the 480s and 45. So that's like the bigger play I want. But if we go up, probably just smaller plays for now on the Microsoft. Google's doing this very good long term. We're up like 71% on our long term shares of Google. For now, we have a support and resistance level. If we break that resistance, I believe Google's going back to all-time highs. So I'll do calls if we break that resistance around 289.65, all live in the Discord. Then we have that support around 268.50. If we break that, then that'll be like put time. So you see how everything is very directional. Everything is very clear. I have a support. I have a resistance. If we break the resistance, I'm looking for up. If we break support, I'm looking for down, right? It's very structured how you look at the market. And we also look at the same stocks every morning, right? I try to keep it the most simple to follow. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Google. But our long-term shares are up over 70%. Top 5 holding, it is booming. Love Google long-term. Don't see it going nowhere. And then Amazon, pretty much nothing to do in this range of Amazon, if I'm being honest, okay? Netflix as well. I'm looking for Netflix to really drop, get below 1,000. I think that might be the time I start buying some Netflix for long term. I don't see Netflix going anywhere. You have a bigger support around like 1,100. If we break that, we'll probably see Netflix come down to like 1,050s or so. Possible puts in that range of Netflix. And then if we go to the banks, JPM broke supports. I'm gonna give y'all bigger supports on these banks, 296.30 on JPM. If we break that, that's probably put time that I'll be looking out for. And then Bank of America, I really wanted to break that high, kind of stalled around that support. We'll see. I still want to see upness. If it breaks that resistance around 54, we might get the strength. But if we only start breaking supports, then I can't do calls. I haven't done calls yet. I've been kind of patient. This is an all-time high. Bank of America hasn't hit in like 2006, so almost 20 years. We have another support around 51.30. So I'm just trying to see if Bank of America finally wants to hit it. It has done a lot of movement on the upside. For it not to hit it, we'll just kind of see because we like to aim for targets. It makes it easier to trade, but Bank of America is a bank play I'm kind of looking out for. And then the airlines, pretty much nothing to do on the airlines, if I'm being honest. Also, Boeing is starting to drop, so be careful of that. Your next support on Boeing, bigger supports are probably like around 182.50. And then for like a potential reversal play, we'd have to break this resistance of about 203.40. So if we came all the way back up and broke resistance, then I'll probably look for like reversal play of calls. But for now, we just have to assume more downside. I'll also throw BABA in here, big pull downs. They have earnings about to come up at the end of November. You have a support on BABA like around 144.50, and then your resistance area is around 164.50. So watch out for these areas. I really don't see much on BABA either for right now, at least So nothing really going on. Home Depot, Targets, those I'm looking out to buy heavy. Watching Walmarts and so much more. Throw these in there real quick. McDonald's is pretty slow. I think McDonald's is winding up for a bigger movement. We'll see. It's just been pretty slow for a long time. Either a bigger pull down or a bigger upside. We'll see. So I am watching McDonald's. Also watching Starbucks. Starbucks hasn't done much either. I think if Starbucks gets down to the 60s, that might be a potential bigger buy. I'm looking out for Starbucks. So watching that as well. There's a lot of other stocks we're looking to buy also. Gold and silver, they had a big drop. We did play gold. We did play gold swings. As you can see, we were taking profits, 16% gains, 50% gains, 68% gains, and 75% gains. We sold all of our gold on the 13th. You see it there, November 13th. We did gold swings. And if you look at gold, that was the day that it started pulling down, right? And then the next day, it literally dropped. So we sold it perfectly. We got big gains off gold. And I'm looking for the next bigger gain on gold right now. So your support on gold is about 366.55. And then we have this resistance on gold at about 383. So I'm thinking if we come back up and break resistance, I might get calls on gold in Discord. We'll see. Very specific call option that I'll do. So that's like my potential gold play. And then also silver. If we start breaking this resistance around 47.80, I might get calls on silver as well, looking to play silver. And then Bitcoin is dropping, about to break that short-term support. If Bitcoin can get in the 80s, I might start buying Bitcoin long-term again. And then your new support is around 94,200. You can watch out for on Bitcoin. Then also Ethereum, I'll update a support on Ethereum, probably like around 2,950. Watch that on Ethereum, and your resistance levels around 3,150. So those are potentials. We'll look out for Ethereum. I'll probably buy some Ethereum too, longer term, but don't be afraid of Bitcoin dropping, because this will be the opportunities to actually scoop up some. And I'm looking to scoop up some in the 80s. Then as it drops, kind of just build that position longer term. Then the S&P 500. Yeah, same levels on S&P 500 for now. Same support, same resistance. Nothing really has changed on the S&P 500. So kind of want to go over the bigger things. The bigger thing this week will be Nvidia on Wednesday. I think Nvidia will move the whole market. So we really want to watch out for that. And like I said, I'll try to post 1 to 2 videos a day. I will try not to miss any days. At least this week, you'll have a lot of videos. So a lot of content, different sectors, energy sectors, and space sectors, and a lot of sectors that we kind of don't cover. We'll try to cover this week, like CNG, Enphase, even like VST, the utility sector, and a lot. So just kind of watch out for that. Smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure you guys join the team first in the description. And always remember, no segregation of ours. So anything is for educational purposes only. So do not trade anything you see or hear in the video. Catch you guys on the next one.